This is Jenny Jerminda. This is video 6 covering Doll 5. This is Galdara Chlorr. She's a Soom Glot full set. She's, to explain the name, like, Galdara just kind of came to me out of nowhere, but Chlorr is actually from one of my favorite book series. I don't know if anybody's read it. It's the Old Kingdom trilogy by Garth Nix. Like I said, I don't know if anybody's read it, but it's seriously my favorite set of books ever. The 3 books, right now there's only 3. The 4th one's coming out this year. I'm so excited. Are Sabriel, Lariel, and Abhorsen. Kind of stoked. I don't know if you've if you've watched my previous videos, you'll notice that there's a naming theme in my dolls. JJ is short for Jeremiah Sabriel. Lariel is Lariel from the book as well, and Chlorr, Galdara Chlorr, is from a character from that book series. Seriously, if you haven't read it yet, I would definitely recommend it. I started reading it, like the first time I saw it was actually back in middle school, and I just fell in love with it, and then I found out that he had written more in the series, and so I was like, yay! And got a hold of it like several years later, and I just adore it. On to this one. Again, this is Galdara Chlorr, or Galley. To explain Galley, I don't know if anybody reads it, but in English it's Battle Angel Alita. It's actually one of my favorite mangas ever. Hang on, I'll go grab one. Yeah, Battle Angel Alita by Yukito Kishiro. Seriously, one of my favorite manga series. Fantastically written and beautifully drawn. But in Japan, the main character, Alita, is not named Alita. She's actually named Galley. Or Gunm. G-U-N-M. But, I was like, Chlorr just kind of rolled off, went back with it, but Galley is, Galdara shortens very, very well to Galley. So I ran with it for my own little in-joke to me. Alright, back to her. She's, like I said, she's a Soom Glot. She's a full set, which means her horns, her wings, and the little hooves came standard, or came with her. I did have her outfit, but I sold it. I do still have her cloak, however, which came with the full set, because I was like, Soom, this is adorable, I must keep. Her wig is this fluffy thing of fluff that, bright fuchsia, that I picked up at a meet. When I first got her, she actually had a really pretty copper, like a reddish copper color wig. And I was at a meet, and this one was on the sale table, and I said, well, can I go ahead and try it on a couple of my dolls? And Morgan, the girl who sold it to me, was like, yeah, that's fine, sure, go ahead. And I tried it on her, and I was like, she looks like a rock star. I love it. So much better. It fits her personality so much. And I was like, well, how much do you want for it? And she's like, I really like that copper wig. And I was like, even trade? And she said, sure. And handed it over, and she hasn't taken it off since. The crown is a gift from a friend of mine. It's this adorable, like, it's metal. It's like actual metal. Listen. But it's this cute little party favor that she picked up, I think, at like the dollar store. And I put it on her, and it's never come off, and she said I could have it. Her shirt is from Diverse Designs, and her skirt is actually from Thai, as in the Beanie Baby company. They came out with this I think they're called like Thai Girls or Thai Girls World or something like that. These little cloth dolls that are absolutely adorable. But the clothes fit these size dolls almost perfectly. It's awesome. And they've got some really cute outfits too. It's just, I just like, nobody wears pink velour tracksuits in my doll thing. But anyway, her face up is me, her horn up, hoof up, me. This little necklace was made by Kanoe on in Doll Meats, and it's adorable, and it's red and black, and she's like, it's her favorite colors. To explain her character, she is Lyriel's guide or elder. In my whole thought process when it comes to magic or, you know, mythological creatures growing up, they are tutored by younger creatures are tutored by older creatures to make sure that they grew up the way that they need to. And Galdara was Lyriel's, and the way that I have it kind of setting is that like the way, and I explain this in Lyriel's story, you know, they have to be taught so that nothing happens to them, so that they don't use their magic unwisely and thus hurt themselves. Well, and also in my whole thing, Pegasi are confrontational, very angry. She's also a Pegasus. I don't know if I showed you. She's got little wings. They're detachable. Very confrontational, very angry. Pegasi in my whole thought process, and I think in a lot of processes, are war steeds or war horses. So she's kind of a, for lack of a better term, she's a jerk. But, real acerbic wit. But, anyway, she and Lyriel were out training, doing something, I'm not definitely sure, just out and about, training and seeing the world or whatever, and a creature came up and offered her her favorite food. And she made the mistake of taking it. Her favorite food being, to keep with the silly horse puns, her favorite food is apples. Don't ever offer it to her. Don't. Because she will blow you up in a giant fireball of flame, and it will be very sad pandas. And we don't like sad pandas. Nobody likes sad pandas. Anyway, but anyway, she took the food. She took the apple, and she ate it. And the problem with that is in, like, I believe it's Greek mythology, especially, like, the story of Demeter and Hades. If Demeter ate any food that was from the underworld, she would be bound to the underworld. And Galdara, eating the apple and keeping with that whole thought process, became bound to the underworld, and thus bound to hell. And the problem with that is, by her doing that, the demons now revealed themselves to be demons and dragged her into hell. And they turned her from a Pegasus into what's called a nightmare, which, I don't know if anybody has ever read it. It's actually another book, it's another literary reference from, I believe, his name is Piers Anthony, and he wrote this absolutely fantastic book called Nightmare, about a nightmare named Imbri that brings bad dreams to people. And that's what she was tasked with. And she took it for a while. She was not happy about it, of course, but she made the mistake of taking the apple and feeling foolish about it and whatnot. But after a while, she found a way to escape from hell, and she did so. And spent a long time looking for Lyriel again to try and make up for the time that Lyriel and she had not had together. Problem with that, Lyriel did what I mentioned in the previous story and drained herself to try and escape. The same demons that turned her into a nightmare were the ones that drained Lear. And Lyriel never really found out exactly what was going on. She didn't know what happened to Gally, and Gally never really knew what happened to Lear. And she finally honed in on her and came to my house and was all set to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and give you back or I'm gonna go ahead and come back and do what I can to make up for the things that I lost. But Jay, knowing that she was a demon, because she's a magical creature and thus can go, you're evil, said, I'm not gonna have it. It's not gonna do it. Don't even do it. Get out of my house. And Gally's like, I'm not gonna have. No, I mean, I spent so much time looking for her. No, and so a big thing happened. Gally kind of reproved herself by, well, not reproved, kind of disproved herself by forcing Lear to relive the memories of getting drained all over again, and thus freaking her the heck out. But then afterwards, they're like, she asked, can I stay? I mean, I'm so sorry that I did this to you and I made you do it again. Will you stay? Can I stay? And Lear's like, I don't want you to leave. You were important to me then. You're still important to me now. So she's here. And it's been 11 minutes already. Sorry. I guess I've kind of covered it with her. I mean, she's completely awesome. She's a cuss bucket. She's snotty. Really, really mean. But she's loosening up a lot. And that's really cool. I guess I'll move on to the next. Lots of love. Have fun, y'all.